I'm back at it. One of my friends pointed out to me that camera quality makes my hair look like it has a giant crack in it when I have it actually brushed down. So I tried to wait until it dried this time. I forgot. Oh, yeah. So I've already been through one recording of this, but I went on a giant rant, and that video ended up being 20 minutes long, which is unacceptable for this. So I'm going to try and make a shorter version of it so that I can actually get it to you in a hopefully short amount of time. So, from what I've seen, lack of purpose is what's making most people depressed nowadays. Just going about life without a really good reason to say no to bad things seems to be the root cause for all the problems in anyone's life. I can speak from experience. Porn, 7-hour long video game sessions, watching entertainment YouTube, all of it was just because I didn't think that focusing on my purpose was a very important thing in my life, as funny as that is, because purpose, it's the reason why you're here. So, once I understood basic knowledge, it became obvious to me that all this other stuff, there's no room for it. I would go, I would not be able to go a week before without watching porn. But now that I have my purpose figured out, I've gone weeks. I don't even think about it. Except for when I am thinking of the war that I'm gonna wage against the whole industry and hopefully succeed at, because I don't want it to continue to be a normal thing. I know it's not really gonna be very easy, but that's one of my goals. That's one of my more impossible goals that'll keep me working. But what is purpose? It's a very broad term. Basically, your purpose is what you're here on this earth to do. You come onto this earth, and typically you have one or two innate skills that'll make you really, really good at one thing, like better than anyone else. And typically it shows itself by you trying it out for like the first, second, or third time and still being better than people that have trained in that profession for months or years. So just go outside and try things. You might already know something that you're really good at, but when I say your signature strength tends to be something that you're really, really good at. You go into it first week and you crush everyone. I should do this as well. Even though I'm fairly certain I want to do YouTube, I don't exactly know specifics. Or if it's my true calling, the purpose of why I'm here. I'm pretty sure it should be YouTube. But there's a lot of other stuff that goes into it as well. I've been thinking of a sport. Considering my build, wrestling or basketball would probably be the two best things. It's unfortunate that that I'm not very built for football, because, that's all that my school focuses its funds on. But I also don't really care to go into football. I think it's a cool sport to watch. I'm not a super big fan of the idea of getting concussed and having brain damage for the rest of my life. It's just not something that sounds very cool. But people are willing to take that risk, and props to them, because I'm not. Maybe I'm scared, I don't know. My intelligence is one of the few things I have going for me. The fact that I've been able to take an IQ test and it hit 130, 140 every time for the past couple years. That's one of the few things I've got, so I'm going to try and keep it. I'm also fairly good at math. Once I understand how a formula works, I rarely make mistakes in it. That's not to say I don't make stupid mistakes, because I do. I'm pretty sure several times, just in the past couple months, I've missed questions on a quiz or whatever, just based on the fact that I multiplied the wrong numbers in my head. Because I try to have the multiplication table memorized. So I multiply 6 times 6, and the entire crux of the question relied on me knowing that that was an addition sign. So what happens? It happens a lot. I also love history. I don't think I could go into it as a profession, per se. Just like sitting here on YouTube and talking about it, though, I think that would be cool. But typically college classes for history revolve around a lot of writing and being able to cite your sources super professionally. I just don't want to do that. It's not cool. They're like, you need to have 3 sources from journal articles that are verified by this source. Why can't I just use some dude's blog post or something, or a YouTube video? I don't see why I can't just have multiple sources from things that aren't super verifiable or incredibly scholarly. I feel like someone on YouTube that's been studying American history for the past 5 years would still be a pretty okay source to asking how the Civil War started or something like that. I just think it's kind of funky. But there's a lot of options out there. I've only named 3 or 4 for myself. So just go out there and try new things. Try new things that you think you might like. And don't worry about going into something that you're good at but not liking. If you're actually good at it, if you're actually really good at it, you're going to like doing it. That's just a fact. You can't go into something, be really, really good at it, and hate what you do. Especially if it's a competitive thing, because then you'll just be crushing people the whole day. The only case where I can think of where this happens is if you want to do something else. You want to do something, make it your career, or don't do it. You should only be focused on one thing, your purpose. Try and keep this short. Hopefully I made sense. I gotta get better at this. So I'm gonna actually do more of this.